Hi, my name is Jamel Hamka with Recherche Kennels in Statesville, North Carolina. In this video, what I'd like to do is talk about potty training. This is probably the most concerning element of our training that our clients have, even more than obedience training and socialization. They really want their puppy potty trained. And so it is a major part of our training program. We actually call it house training, because part of house training, obviously the biggest part, is potty training, but we're also doing crate training, and we're doing jump training. We're training them not to chew things in the house. We're training them not to jump up on furniture, not to bite our hands. But obviously the most important thing we're working on in house training is potty training. What is potty training? It's really simple. It's training a puppy not to use the restroom inside and to eventually signal to go outside. Now, younger puppies, 12-week-olds, 16-week-olds, 20-week-olds, typically will not start signaling, but they do know that they shouldn't be going to the bathroom inside their house. And then they start, as they get older, start signaling and giving you a signal to go outside. That signal could be sitting at that back door. That signal could be coming to you and sitting down. That signal could be barking and letting you know they need to go outside. And so all puppies are different, and it is something that we work at and get them to use the restroom outside and not inside. Now, we start house training the puppies when they're very young, around 3 to 4 weeks of age. We train them to use the restroom on a potty pad or on a soft surface. So we train them not to use the restroom on hard surfaces. And then when they come inside, we train them to not use the restroom on our hard surfaces and to go to the bathroom outside on AstroTurf. We use AstroTurf because it's clean. It's a way to keep the puppies not only healthy, but not getting red clay on them and getting dirty. Now, we have very specific goals for each training level, and what I'd like to do is kind of let you know what those goals are so you know what to expect. A puppy at 12 weeks can hold the restroom about 1 hour during the day. That means every hour you have to let them outside during the day. A puppy at 16 weeks on average can hold the restroom 2 hours during the day, so it's twice as good if you can keep them in training for another 4 weeks. The third training level is master's program that's training till 20 weeks of age. It's around 3 hours during the day on average. And the fourth level is doggy doctorate that's training till 6 months of age, and I'm gonna let you guess, yes, 4 hours during the day. And then doggy double doctorate is a month-to-month program, and so that does change, but it basically averages about 5 hours or an extra hour every month. Of course, it does max out. A puppy at 12 months of age can't hold the restroom for 12 hours during the day. So a typical dog can hold the restroom about 5 to 6 hours during the day, and they typically max out or get to that level around 8 months of age. So those are the goals and what you should expect your puppy to do. If you keep a 12-week-old inside for 4 hours, they will probably have a potty accident, and that's not their fault. That's your fault for not understanding how long they can hold the restroom. So the first key to keeping your puppy potty trained is to know what to expect. And a puppy at 12 weeks cannot hold the restroom for as long as a puppy at 6 months of age. Now, we're going to email you detailed instructions on what to do to keep your puppy potty trained. We encourage you to really read through this email and that email in great detail and follow it. A potty training is always 1 step forward and 3 steps back. What do I mean by that? That means if you do not follow the instructions and your puppy potties on the ground without you seeing them, you lost 3 days of potty training, and they will regress very quickly. If you do not stay on top of potty training, it is the area that they will regress much more than obedience training, socialization. It is the most critical area that you really have to follow our instructions, read through our emails, understand it, and follow up on it right away. With obedience training, we tell our clients typically to wait a week or 2 before you go through full obedience training because you don't want to scare them. Potty training, you can't do that. You have to follow this right away. The first few days is absolutely critical. You will want to take your puppy out the same door around the same time and get them to potty in around the same spot. If you don't already have a dog at your home, you may want to get one of those potty sticks that smell like potty so they learn where to go to the restroom. Once they start going the first few times, they will learn where to go. So the first morning you wake up and you have your dog crated, you know they have to use the restroom. Take them to the spot you want them to go to the restroom, and they will go to the restroom. Puppies are notorious, dogs are notorious for using the restroom at the same time in the same spot. And so they're very much creatures of habit, and you want to start getting that habit to be developed. So take them out the same door, the same time, get a schedule, and so they will learn very quickly what your schedule is. We purposely do not have a strong schedule here at our kennel. We do that because we used to have a very strong schedule, but then if your schedule did not line up with us, it was really hard for our puppies to transfer their potty training. And so we purposely don't potty train them at the same time. We don't train them at the same time. We purposely mix it up. And so the puppies are not on a set schedule, which is actually harder for us, but it's easier for you. So when you get your puppy, get them on a schedule. Try to keep the days you feed them at the same time, the times you feed them at the same time, the time you take them out, the time you go to bed. As much consistency as you can give them, the better. Be patient. Treat every pup as a young puppy. So even if you get a puppy at 6 months of age or 8 months of age, let them outside every 30 minutes. Just let them outside at the beginning, and so they're not tempted. It's always, the best case scenario is that they never have an accident. And that happens to a lot of our puppies. They'll never have an accident. But you let them outside every little bit, and they will learn quickly to transfer the training from our place, our home, to your home. Take them again to the same spot, the same door, the same time, feed them at the same time, and that will really help them biologically to get on the right schedule. What I'd like to do is give you the 3 keys to potty training your puppy and to continue and transfer the potty training that we have to you. And these are already talked about, knowing your dog's schedule and getting in the beginning. But these are the 3 most important things that we have learned to successfully transition. Number 1, and by far number 1, is never trust your puppy. That is the biggest mistake our clients will make. They assume that the puppy is potty trained, therefore they can leave their dog unattended in their house without supervision, and that they'll never use the restroom. You shouldn't do that for an adult you just purchased, let alone a puppy. Puppies physically can't hold it for as long, and they have to learn your home. They have to learn your schedule. They have to learn where to potty in your place. So do not trust your puppy, even if you get an 8-month-old. Do not trust your puppy during the first few days. You build that trust with time. And so do not leave your puppy unattended in your house. You have to block them off. When you're in your living room, you have to be watching them. You have to maybe buy baby gates or something that blocks them off in your living room. What you don't want them to do is to walk into your kitchen out of sight, because if they're out of sight, they will use the restroom. Maybe 1, because they don't know where to go to the bathroom, but number 2, they can be like a rebellious teenager. They just, out of sight, they know they're not going to get in trouble. And as I'll mention to you, if you don't catch them in the act, you can't do anything about it. You lost 3 days of potty training. And so you want them in front of you. Block off everything you can. If you cannot focus on your puppy, then you should not have them out. You need to crate them or put them outside. So you want to block them off. The smaller they are, the younger they are, the smaller the area that you block them off. When we first start training puppies in potty training, we actually have a little gate, and we put them in a tiny little area, and we watch them. We focus on them. When I'm training my people to potty train the puppies, the number 1 mistake that they make is that they're not focused. They have to be focused. They have to watch. Do not trust. Do not watch TV if you can't watch them. If you're like me and you can't focus on 2 things at once, don't watch the TV while you're potty training. Now, the great thing is your puppy has a lot of many hours, hundreds of hours of training. And so you don't have to be as focused as our people are. Many of our people turn their backs to the TV so they're not distracted, and they're literally watching them. And so don't trust your puppy. Your puppy cannot be trusted. Block them off and let them outside routinely until they build your trust. The second, and it goes with them, and this may seem wrong, but the second biggest secret to potty training is to catch your puppy in the act. Now, obviously, the best case scenario is for them never to have an accident in your house. And you're taking them outside every 30 minutes, and then every 45 minutes, every hour and a half, and you're building that up. And they just never have a potty accident. Obviously, that's the dream. But the second secret, though, is to catch them while they're using the restroom. So if you see them squatting, if you see them using the restroom, and you see them in the act, you immediately clap your hands. If they're at a distance, start stomping your feet, and you're trying to scare them. Now, depending on how soft or strong your personality of your dog is will determine how strong you are with the correction. Some puppies are super strong emotionally and nothing bothers them. Well, then you want to really, really loud, clap your hands, stomp your feet. Some puppies, you clap your hand any louder than this, they're kind of like that. Well, you want to be softer with them. You don't want to be because you could scare them, and then you can cause something called submissive urination, which is totally different. Submissive urination is when you start petting your dog or they're excited and they pee out of submission. That's what's naturally in them to submit to authority. They do that in the wild, and you do not correct that. That's the opposite. But if a puppy's just pottying, they just doing a circle, and that's one thing you want to learn. You want to kind of learn your dog's signs. Every dog is different. The most common sign is the signal, is the circle. Sometimes it's looking around or sniffing. The girls are a little bit harder to catch than the boys because they look like they're sitting, and all of a sudden you see pee. But if you see them using the restroom, you correct them and you catch them in the act, and you give them a really strong verbal and you catch them and you pick them up. Never rub their nose in it. Don't do anything like that because you will cause submissive urination. And then let them outside immediately and let them use the restroom outside. When they use the restroom outside, you say good, say potty, say some keyword, and give them praise. One thing I have learned, a secret, is never just correct them and let them outside and then go back inside and clean up the mess. Because what many times the puppies will learn is that if they potty in front of you, inside or outside, that it's bad. And so sometimes you communicate that just pottying in front of you is bad. You don't want that to happen. You want to communicate to your puppy that pottying inside the house, in your den, is wrong. And so make sure when they potty outside, you praise them as much strength as you corrected them. You want to give them as much praise outside. So catch them in the act. If you catch them in the act, it will train them not to use the restroom inside. But here's the key. If you see potty on the floor, if you see it after the fact, this is key. Do not correct them. They can't remember it. It's pointless. And realize that you made the mistake. If you were focused on the television, or if they went around the corner somehow and they used the restroom somewhere else, if they do something like that, that's your fault. You made the mistake. Make a mental note and say, Jamel, I made the mistake. And realize that now your puppy is more prone to use the restroom inside as a result. That's what I mean about 1 step forward, 3 steps back. If they don't use the restroom that day and they're successful going outside and not having an accident, or if they have an accident, you catch them, that's a step forward. If you find an accident, that's 3 steps back. So catching them in the act is actually a good thing. That is a step forward because you're communicating that what they're doing is wrong. And that's a good thing. Catching them in the act is not a bad thing. That is a good thing. And then the third secret is to be mindful of the pitfalls. Know that our puppies have been trained not to use the restroom on hard surfaces. So the greatest weaknesses of our puppies is going to be on anything that's a soft surface. Carpet, rugs, doggy beds. Those are the weaknesses. So maybe at the beginning, when you first get your puppy, I wouldn't even, especially if they're younger, 12 or 16 weeks old, I wouldn't even put them on carpet or rugs. In fact, if you have one of those really nice rugs, you may want to roll it up because they will think that's grass. They will think that's dirt. They will think that's astroturf. And so they're going to be prone to go to those spots. I can't tell you how many times a client has emailed me and said the puppy walked up to the doormat and pottied on the doormat. Well, that's 2 reasons. 1, because you're taking them out that door. And 2, they think that's a patch of grass. And so be mindful, be very careful of anything that's soft surfaces. Be more on edge if they go to that spot. If they're walking on the ground and all of a sudden they get up and they walk to the doggy bed, just be ready to catch them in the act. Be kind of ready for them. You may, again, want to block off that until they built your trust over. That's why having hardwood floors or tile is easier because they're less prone to have an accident. And again, it's easier to clean up. Also realize that their sense of smell is so incredible that if they have a potty accident inside, you need to clean it up and clean it up to remove the smell. because they will associate that smell with potty. They'll literally smell it and they'll go potty. Many times when we're potty training and we'll have 3 or 4 puppies, if one of the puppies has an accident, we will clean it up with a mop, but we're doing a quick clean, we're taking a puppy out. It's very common for another puppy to smell the other puppy going to the bathroom, and then they're like, hey, I have to go too. And then we'll have another accident. And many times we just let them all go outside, and then we have to really mop the floors to make sure the smell is gone. So if your puppy has an accident on a rug, on carpet, you need to buy some cleaning solution that's made to get out urine. But realize if it happens a lot, that their sense of smell is so great that it's hard to stop them. So make sure you clean it and don't let it happen. Be very mindful of the pitfalls. If they potty consistently in one area, you're gonna have to get rid of that area in such a way. Another little secret, this isn't on my list, but I just thought of it, is you wanna, dogs are naturally not wanting to potty where they eat. And so sometimes a secret is if they are having this one area or their crate or some area where they're pottying, feed them in that area. It's natural for them not to want to potty in those spots. Now, those are the 3 secrets on continuing to potty train your puppies. If you follow those 3 steps, I promise you that your puppy will transition their potty training quicker and faster from our place to your place. If you have any issues whatsoever at the beginning, the first day or 2, and you're frustrated, please email me. Do not wait a week or 2 weeks on potty training. Obedience training is completely different. We can work on that. They're not going to lose it. It's not as critical. But potty training, if you wait a week or 2 and your puppy is pottying everywhere in your house, and you will lose 2 to 3 to 4 weeks of potty training. And so we want to stop it before it gets worse. I hope this video helped you. We made this video because this is one of the first educational videos that we put together because it is the most common question we have, the biggest worry we have. And again, it's the area that you want to work on very carefully at the beginning. Again, we give this to you in writing form, but some people like me would rather wait for the video to come out. So I hope this video helped. Thank you so much, and God bless.